Hey, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a nice quick one, a little coffee tutorial on how to descale your Nespresso machine. If you have a Creatista Plus like in this video, this is going to be perfect for you on how to descale it. If you don't have a Creatista Plus and you just have an Nespresso machine, there are plenty of videos out there to show you how to do it, but the principle is the same, how to flush it through and get the best out of it. It's quite important to descale not only an espresso machine, any pod machine, espresso machine, kettle, jug, whatever that you use to keep the water as fresh as possible in the machine. Because as we know, making coffee, water is one of the most important things to keep coffee tasting bellissimo. But this is how you descale a Creatista Plus. Okay, so let's get started. We will turn her on. And there we are. So straight away, I've got the flashing lights on here, which indicates that it needs descaling. It says descale now, lockout in 18 drinks. I believe that started at about 30 maybe, but I've had a few since I was getting ready to film this video. Hopefully you can see that. If not, it's there and it just says descale now. So let's do it. Right, we're going to maintenance, enter, descale. Duration 15 minutes, descale liquid required. Open and close capsule lever. So you can make sure no capsules are in there. Next, empty and clean capsule bucket, drip tray and water tank. Already done that, but yeah, you can pull out the bits and pieces. Now again, with this one, this is the Creatista Plus. I got the name wrong in the last video, but that's what this machine is. Most Nespresso machines, do the same sort of procedure. This one's obviously got the touchscreen, which makes it easy. The smaller ones, I think you've got like two buttons on top. The lungo and espresso buttons you hold down for a few seconds, and then it goes into descale mode. The procedure is exactly the same though. Fill water tank to descale and add descale liquid. Now, on this machine here, the descale mark, I've already got water in here from earlier, but the descale mark is just here. It's kind of hard to see, but it says descale, and it's got a little thing here that says 500, indicating 500 mils. So I'm pretty much exactly spot on there, using the fresh water from the bottle. Now this stuff that I'm going to be using here, the appliance scaler, this isn't Nespresso official descaling liquid, but it doesn't matter, it's all the same stuff. This is just from Booker, I believe, but you can get any sort of descaling liquid stuff. Now this bottle calls for 125 ml to 500 mils of water, so we know we got 500 mils of water in here. 125 mils now, I've just popped in the jug there, and that's going to go in the back like so. That is that. Ensure drip tray is inserted, which it is. Place a 1 litre jug under the coffee outlet and steam wand. So, again, as this one has a steam wand, I'll lift the steam wand, put the jug underneath. This now sits under the steam wand and the spout. Press start to begin descaling cycle. So I'm going to do this, but then I'm going to skip forward. 1, it's noisy, and 2, it's boring. Okay, so with that went on for about 3 or 4 minutes till all the liquid was emptied out of the container on the back here. Alternated between water coming out of the espresso nozzle and the steam wand. It went back and forth to make sure everything was out of there. So now I'm going to lift this steam wand out of the way and discard this liquid. Now you can see through here, it's pretty gross. There's all chunks of stuff in there, all scaled up bits and pieces. This was, if you think clear water when it went in, how gross that looks. That's all the stuff, and that's why it's important to regularly descale. Right, so that's been emptied, and we're on to the next step here. Discard liquid from container. Next step, empty water tank and rinse clean. Done and rinsed. Next step, fill water tank to max level with potable water. I'm guessing when they mean potable water, that it's like filtered and or bottled. Anyway, that's what we're doing. But that's the max line right to the very top. Next step, place a 1 litre container under the coffee outlet and steam on. So the same one that we just used back under here. Keep going and wait. Press start to begin the first rinse. So now it's just going to go through, make sure all that chemical stuff is out of the machine and flushed with fresh water. Okay, so that has now finished, and it says to discard liquid from container, and then place a 1 litre container under the coffee outlet and steam on again. And press start. So that's just asking me to fill the water tank, so we get to the point where it recognises that it's got enough. There we go. Okay, so that is the full flush done. Empty and clean capsule bucket, drip tray and water tank. So let's get rid of that. Now as you can see, when you look into this water, much clearer. This is just the flush through that it's had now. About a litre's worth, and there's no nasty junk in there. All fresh and clean. And yeah, we'll just pretend that I've cleaned everything. Fill water tank to max level with potable water. Now, I remember from last time, it only wants you to do this so that you're ready to make coffee. You don't need to fill it to full max on the second go. So I'm just going to put enough water in here to make me a coffee. And go about halfway, and descale cycle complete, and that's it. And then we are back to coffee. Now, one little interesting fact, during that you saw that it asked for more water. The reason it can tell how much water's in there is if you look inside this water tank, there is a little black magnet, a little black floaty magnet in there. That floats with the water level, and as long as it's above the magnet, as long as the water's above the magnet itself, it will always float to the top. The second that the water dips down underneath, then it knows that the water level's dropped, because there's a magnet on the inside of the machine here. Sorry, hit the microphone. There's another magnet in here that knows the water level, which is quite neat. But aside from that, we're clean and ready to make coffee. So that's it, simple as that. With this machine, you can't really go wrong. Follow the instructions on the screen and it tells you how to do it. It's very, very easy, but very important. Like I said, with all the other equipment that uses to boil water, just descale it every now and again. It will keep your equipment running a lot longer, makes your drinks taste much nicer, and it's a very simple process. And the whole thing, like a bottle of that goo, costs, I don't know, a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars, whatever. It's cheap as chips. So get some, keep your equipment descaled for beautiful fresh tasting coffee and tea every time. That's it for this video. Please stay tuned, because there's a bunch more stuff coming and some stuff I'm really excited about. So if you want to see it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because when I release my new videos, you'll be one of the first to know. And hey, whilst you're there, you might as well chuck a little cheeky thumbs up for me to let me know that you liked the video. So until the next one, where hopefully I will see you there, take care, enjoy your coffee, and I'll see you very soon.